ASL Prime League.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ASL Prime League, Legacy of the Void edition. We are here in the Lazarus match, aka the match which will allow one of these players to have another life in order to play against Ray Rain in the final match. It also means that one of these players are going to be going home for the night as well. So here we go. It is going to be in the bottom right corner, that Protoss player representing, I believe, Dearborn area, Michigan. It is KiFirE.
Alright guys, I'll give one more introduction and then sorry, but I've got to call it for this evening. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Tempo, and these have been some absolutely exciting Legacy of the Void games, but spawning in the top left-hand corner, representing Team Acer, it is your Red Zerg player, Bly. Sorry, Saber. But with that, guys, I will see you later. Thank you very much.
Alright, my friend. You take care.
Do.
That was Tyrannus, by the way, for those were wondering. So here we go. We're gonna go solo dolo, as we do have this match. We have two more matches for the night, so two best of threes to know who will be going to the round of 16 to join Beastie Cutie. And you know, we got Bly. You know, Bly, that player who you would actually think to advance first place in this group. Well, maybe not first place, but at least second place, or you would expect to be in the winners match with Beastie Cutie. I definitely would have expected him to be there, simply because. Oh, no, they couldn't have because they played each other. Rip. So, anyways, neglect everything that I just said there. So, here we go. One of these players are going to get eliminated, and another one is going to make it out. Perhaps, there's a lot of links coming out from Bly here. This is actually a really aggressive opener. He's pulled out of gas, is getting speed, and is making a lot of lings. KiFirE is not getting a Nexus, actually. He's delaying this pretty heavily right now, and he's also chrono boosting out Warp Gate. I'm wondering if he's going to proxy Pylon and then put another gateway out so that he can warp in a bit better. I'm not really sure. I've seen a lot of Protoss put down a gateway with their... Like, these proxy gateways on the map with their like kind of big 4-gate all-ins or something. But Adepts do really nicely against light units. Although if they do get surrounded, they can take quite a bit of damage. But the Lings are going to try to go on in, and one of those probes are going to get out. So the most important part is that, one, the Lings did not get into the base, and two, the probe was able to get out on a path where there are no overlords. So this is really good for KiFirE. Looking like he's banking up a lot of that money. I mean, he's going for it. 4-gate and a Stargate. Whoa. So this is going to get revealed here by Bly. There's nothing that can shoot up except for this Stalker that just came in. And obviously whenever you see a Photon Overcharge to kill an Overlord, something is being hidden. So Bly sees the Stargate and then one gateway. So this is kind of a weird thing to see. Wonder what Bly's actually going to be thinking is on the way. Will he realize that it is going to be some big attack? Uh-oh, this is a nice catch here from Bly. Going to get every one of these Adepts, perhaps, but they are going to go ahead and do their ability, excuse me, in order to get over back home, and they do survive. So Bly going to get a chance to possibly cancel that base, but I don't think there are enough Lings here to deal here. Adepts do quite a bit of damage to those Zerglings. And I still can't believe I did not realize that Adepts were light units. I thought they were just like random biological units, kind of like queens, ghosts. But I learned something today. So I guess Banelings aren't like too bad against them then. It could be okay. So anyway, we got Bly getting his 2-base economy so far. Hasn't decided to drop his 3rd base yet because he did realize that KiFirE took his Nexus a lot later than usual. So he's playing it incredibly safe. He scouted the Stargate though. And he needs to deal with this Adept push. But with the Oracle coming out and there's no Spore Crawler inside of the bases, it makes me wonder exactly how the hell he's going to actually deal with it. He has a lot of Queens out, but they're all at the front, and one of them is actually very low. And that is a high energy Queen. So hopefully that will not get taken out. This Oracle should do a good amount of damage. I think if it went to the main, it would do a better amount of damage, but this is a very nice Oracle here out of KiFirE. I'm just surprised that Bly didn't really react to it. Maybe he decided the Queens would have been enough. But I think he's going to try to force those units into the main while the Oracle does work at the mineral line at the natural. Bly hasn't realized it yet. How many kills is this Oracle going to go up to? 9, 10, Instructor, 12, and it gets taken out. He stays for the long haul and even gets a few kills with those Adepts. Ooh, Bly getting pulled around right now. KiFirE getting his own base up, which is pretty nice, you know. It looked like he was going to be all in for a second, but he was able to take his base and also do a little bit of damage, even though he had delayed tech. Not something that you would have expected to happen, but that is the longest warping of all time. Those Adepts are just like looking, can't even cancel it. Yeah, going to be a bit of a wasted warping, KiFirE. And now, going to get these Adepts killed once again. The great part about Adepts is that you can cancel the shade, and I bet he will. Oh my god, he doesn't. He's going to commit to it. So he's just going to go in, and he's definitely going to lose these here. So maybe he can get a few drones, but how many Adepts are you going to lose? Wow, he's keeping these alive really nicely, actually. So it's also the attention of Bly that is being taxed pretty heavily. But what behind all this, what is it that KiFirE is going to be doing? He's adding Void Rays, another Stargate. Remember, KiFirE was the Protoss that we saw make a bunch of carriers on Orbital Shipyard against Ray Rain, and was able to get into this really, really crazy air army and just totally annihilate Ray Rain. Like, his army looked so silly after that battle. So we'll see if he does something similar this time. +1 upgrades, so it looks like he does want to commit to that air upgrade pretty heavily, while Bly gonna be doing what he does best, and that's making roaches. That R button is his best friend, getting tunneling claws, but don't forget he is adding the Hydralisk Den. So he will be able to do a little bit of anti-air, and if he can keep Ray Rain off of 3 bases, that is the best thing he can do, because Ray Rain is going for a very heavy air base, or air style of play. Once you're on 3 bases here, as a Protoss player, that is the best spot you can be in, well, except for like 4 to 5 bases, of course, but you know, you definitely want to keep the Protoss player off of 3 bases for as long as possible. It's kind of like a mech, you know, when you play against mechas as a player, you never want them to get up to those 4 bases, because that does allow for that air transition. So, excuse me. In the Protoss case, we're not really seeing an air quote-unquote transition. It's just pretty much going right into it. So he doesn't have to tech switch out of it. He's going right into it. So the 5th and 6th gas is good enough if that's what you're planning to do. So Bly, I love it. Always going for those burrowed roaches. Look at how fast they do go. Even faster on creep. KiFirE has no detection right now. He does have an Oracle though, but you have to use it on the unit. KiFirE is moving out to go and try to take his 3rd base. Bly is going to pop up with all of these roaches and get so much economic damage done. And look at that. This is just so much. Photon Overcharge is going to go down on one of those pylons, but Bly says, I'm out of here. But then he does get tagged a bit by that Oracle, but I mean, is that really going to matter that much? The Observer is going to get taken out. The Robo facility that the Observer was coming out of gets taken out. And Bly utilizing these roaches so well while he gets out a Roach Hydra force of his own. Is he even able to scout the... Yeah, he sees exactly the plan of KiFirE. He knows KiFirE wants to go full air. So what's Bly going to do in order to try to counter that? I'm trying to figure out if you rush up to Hive to get Parasitic Bomb, or maybe you drop a Double Spire, or just really, you know, go in a Roach Hydra. That could work as well. So maybe that's what he's going to do. He's going to bust up the front. That's not enough Void Rays, I don't think, here. That's a Hydralisk in low counts, Void Rays in low counts. Hydras are going to be able to deal with that, and GG is called. Bly takes game number 1, and is 1 win away from getting revenge. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ASL Prime League Legacy of the Void Edition, as we spawn on Moonlight Madness, Saber's favorite map of all time. We have this player representing the Ukraine, also representing Team Acer. It is the Blue Zerg player, Bly. And his opponent, I believe, is all teamless at the moment, but claims to be pretty much the best player in all of Michigan. It is the Blue Protoss, or Teal rather, KiFirE. So, let us see who will reign supreme. USA versus EU. You know, don't know. Looking at the last game, it looks like Bly definitely the favored one, but KiFirE looking to show some pretty cool airplay. Haven't really seen it against Zerg just yet, but we did see him have really good success in PvP. So if he's able to get to that point, then I'm sure that he has a really great grasp on it, but it's all about getting to it, you know? StarCraft 2 didn't have all those little things in it, then we would see battle cruiser rushes being a lot more successful, and that's why they're really not, because you have to survive in order to get to that point, and also have the economy to support it. So Bly, one of those players who's going to be in your face pretty much the whole game. I don't know if that kind of strategy is going to work, you know, the kind of sit back and just defend and hope that I don't die. Especially on a map like Moonlight Madness, there's going to be so many different attack paths on this map. You know, you get like the 2 rocks that you can break off into the 3rd, and then you also get the front. You know, so it's very, very difficult to defend sometimes, but I mean, that's only after the rocks have been taken out. So if he's able to get a nice economic lead before that happens, then maybe it's not going to be as big of a deal. So KiFirE looking to get that Nexus down a lot earlier than he did last game. You know, we saw a bit of a weird build from KiFirE last game. Like, what was it? You know, he tried to do some kind of weird 4-gate. Got scouted, then he went into, like, Stargate immediately. So, I don't think that was his original plan. He just didn't get a pylon on the map early enough, and Bly was opening aggressively himself. So, I mean, I'm sure that KiFirE kind of adjusted his build on the fly, and we'll see if Bly was also the one to do that too. So Bly, getting that 3rd hatch incredibly early, is going to be able to support a nice economy and a lot of larva production. They did revert the larva, not revert, but they made it up to 3 larva on each inject as opposed to 2. And it is a little bit less than Heart of the Storm, but it's better than 2, right? So still going to see that hatchery playing a big role in generating the larva at this stage of the game. Bly already getting to work on the rocks, though, so the thing I was talking about, once those attack paths are open, Bly is a player. He loves playing with units and just going all around the map, pulling you all over the place. But KiFirE knows this, and yeah, he's going to go ahead and spot it and says, okay, can't really do much about this, but at least I can kind of prepare and know that if these lings get in here, I'm pretty screwed. So yeah, you know, I don't know what he's going to do right now, but he's going to try to do something. A little bit scared, actually. That's a lot of lings, you know. It's looking pretty spooky, if you ask me. And KiFirE has nothing. He has photon overcharges. And remember, they work on pylons, not on the Nexus anymore. So photon overcharge 1 gonna go down on the back pylon. Just gonna wait there, hold position, and oh, the damage getting done already is so nice. 7 workers killed here from Bly. And then, what's up, son? I'm gonna go right into the natural. 2 adepts, though, should be able to clean this up. 4 adepts at that are gonna do even better. But, you know, it's just pretty much making KiFirE spend that energy on the mothership core and being forced into making adepts. Bly is droning up so hard behind this, and he already dropped a Roach Warren. So if he's able to get into that 3-base economy and just pump out a bunch of roaches, maybe even get some Ravagers out, he's going to be able to do quite well against these adepts, you know. Adepts are good and all, but they do incredibly well against workers and harassing and lings, perhaps, but you fight them with some roaches, and you don't really do as well unless you overwhelm them, which is something that could happen here, actually. That big round of drones may cause Bly, you know, this is a big deal. The Adept's gonna face check the Evo chamber. No, I'm sorry, you can't do the Shade, or whatever that thing is called. It's called like Shadow Walk, Shade. It's really called Psionic Transfer, but there's so many different things that like you reference whenever you see an Adept doing it, at least in my head. So, not going to get any kind of scouting or even any damage done, which is amazing for Bly, because he just pumped out 13 drones before that, getting him up to 45, and he is going to just be making a lot of roaches from here. I wonder if he's going to go into the Tunneling Claws again, or any of the Burrow kind of play. He could even go into Burrow just to deny the 3rd of KiFirE for so long. So, no Observer. Oh, there is an Observer out, though, so I don't think the Burrow would be that great. Unless he made another one or brought it back. So this 4th is gonna, the 3rd base is gonna go up for here for a KiFirE. But, I mean, okay, the roaches are gonna turn around. I thought he was gonna go to that 3rd. He could go cancel it if he wanted to. I don't think there's enough here. There's no pylon there yet, so no photon overcharge. And the adepts don't really do well against those roaches. So it's gonna be a War Prism drop here, so that means even fewer units to defend for KiFirE. And yeah, this third base should not go up. I mean, you can try to photon overcharge a pylon, but the great part about photon overcharging pylons is the same reason why it's a bad thing, you know? Like, you get more pylons, you can do more photon overcharges, but, I mean, it's at the expense of it not being so tanky like a Nexus, so, you know, you can get those going, but they're going to get killed even more easily. Double-pronged attack coming out of Bly, though. This is crazy. There are no sentries out. Uh-oh, so that pylon is actually powering both of those gateways. Oh, no, it's not. There's another one behind it, so look at that. One pylon to rule them all. Disruptor tech coming out of KiFirE, so if you can get a nice shot, that would be really good. Remember how the disruptor works now? It shoots out a little bit of a little ball instead of having to expose itself. So he can kind of shoot it, get into the middle of Bly without any real threat to the disruptor themselves. So this is what I was talking about. All this multi-pronged aggression. As soon as that attack path has been opened, Bly is going to start trading here. Force KiFirE to warp in a few sentries, and they're going to get taken out as well. Guardian Shield, yeah, that's going to be cool and all, but I don't even know if Bly is concerned with that. Yeah, there are observers there, Bly. You definitely not going to regenerate health that fast. So going to get on out of there for sure and get some good damage. The greatest thing about it is that he's denying the third base of KiFirE, but a nice warp in here. Warp Prism Harass out of KiFirE, getting 2 drones. Nice micro though. Look, who do you think you are? Arium, right? Oh, he did something that I do, so at least I know that Bly is a human just like all of us, burrowing his queens by accident. I do that all the time. Like, either I'm trying to burrow my drones, or I'm trying to, like, make roaches at my hatchery, and I just burrow my queens. Hate doing that so much, but, so much aggression still out of Bly. He has to watch out, though. Those disruptors can kill so many of his units. Oh, just like that. You saw that AoE just taking out all of those roaches. This third base, though, once again being denied, but I think KiFirE does have the units to deal for now. Maybe? No? Okay. I guess the disruptor's gonna get taken out. A lot more of the units. That's not how she wrote. There's more coming in here from Bly. I make Roach. And he's just trading so well. I mean, Roach is for stalkers when you're on 3 bases versus 2. This is just perfect. He can even burrow them. He's going to be able to regenerate so much of his HP. And he's going to keep it alive. That Roach. Oh my god, that is a true Roach. True American hero, or a true Ukrainian hero. And the third base, once again, I mean, at this point, he can just focus it down. Even if he lost these Roaches, it wouldn't even be that big of a deal. But he has got the photon overcharge, and boom, just bopped, easy peasy. And that Nexus is KiFirE's lifeline, because he's mining out. This is Legacy of the Void, boys. So a lot of those mineral patches in the main are getting mined out. 3 roaches at the natural, doing a lot of damage here. It's just pretty much the attention of KiFirE getting tested, and Bly all up in that. Yeah, I don't know if KiFirE can hold here. Where is that Immortal? It got taken out, perhaps? And the other one is not going to get out. Like, this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't care about 2 stalkers just pinging at him. He is going in on everything that is doing damage to him now. And these roaches could even burrow if they wanted to, but does it even matter? I don't even think it matters, guys. This is a lot of roaches, and they're just very simple play out of Bly. You know, just using those units in different locations, and also using the map to his advantage. Almost maxed out, Bly is. Jumping on that 4th base. Gonna get the Nexus. Oh, this is not looking good for KiFirE at all. Spire behind all this too, so I mean, if he starts pumping out Immortals, KiFirE, which he can't, because he kind of lost his robo, you know? How to make Immortals and lose your robotics facility, I mean, I'm just saying, but yeah, this is not going to be looking good here for KiFirE, and he might get KiFirE'd out of the ASL Prime League. Just kidding, that was messed up, but GG will be called. KiFirE gets taken out by Acer's Bly.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.